off air. So I think, and now it says live.
We are live, gentlemen.
Well, hello.
Mobile Geezer here with Mike from Simply Your Device, Adam from Corpulent Geek, and Will. So, guys, introduce yourselves one at a time.
Adam, go first.
I am Adam. I'm Mike's brother. I am also Corpulent Geek here on the YouTubes. Although lately I've been slacking, but yesterday I just uploaded 2 videos.
Okay.
So if you want to see a fat man eat food, go over there when we're done this live stream.
Mike?
Yes, I am Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. And
no,
welcome
this is Mobile Geezer.
The Mobile Geezer. I'm Simply Your Device. Yes,
there
thank you. I'm so used to doing my spiel.
He's confused.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hook up.
Thank you.
Will?
I'm Will. I'm just coming from my room. Good channel here.
Yeah, Will's the one of us that should have his own channel and doesn't, but hopefully that'll change soon.
I got too many dislikes to get a channel.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Your channel name is going to be King of Dislikes.
There you go. I'm D-Brand's #1 enemy.
Yeah, really.
Obviously, the name of your channel should be Don't Diss Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Don't give me a thumbs up. Tell me why you like the video.
Nice.
So every Friday we get together and we discuss whatever tech topics are of interest to us. And it's usually Mike and Will, and Adam was kind enough to join us today.
Yeah.
He's the one with all the real tech knowledge here. So the fact that I'm running things is it's iffy, but it's working at the moment. So
yeah, this is your channel, man. We gotta live it up.
Yeah.
So Mike, you can run down the topics for us in whatever order you want to do them.
Well, yeah, we have here a few goodies here. We have Pixel phones getting hot. They're hot.
The original
Pixel
XL, which is the one Adam just got.
Yeah, yes. The one you just gave me. You just gave me here, Adam. Hold this grenade for me.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Mike gave me a weapon.
No, it's not good.
Mike, wait, did you go to Texas and come back?
Well, wait a minute. What I'm thinking is, has Carol left some big thing in her will, and Mike needs to get ready for you now?
There is my dad's coin collection.
Yeah.
Mike was talking about that on the car ride to accessory.
Yeah, no. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, Will. I don't believe you. Wow.
Nice.
Man. So supposedly, and the funny thing is that when Adam got his phone, we went into all these update modes. Let's see here. I'm looking at on. That's the bug one. That's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I know I'm right about the update that's causing the hot, making it go hot.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I didn't have that note in front of me.
And so Google, that was my idea. And Google has admitted that they have a problem and they're working on it.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Mike, didn't they? I thought they said if you used like a third-party charger. I thought they said the regular charger wouldn't have the issue. Maybe I read it wrong.
No, they were talking about the actual update itself.
The 8.1 Oreo update.
Well, I thought it was like a security patch that was in it too.
Okay. Oh yeah, that caused it came with the 8.1. Yeah, it came with that update.
Yeah.
I thought they said like the official charger wouldn't. If you use the official charger, you wouldn't have the problem. I thought that's what I saw, but maybe not.
I'm just now looking here. As of the 21st, Google's head of safety and compliance engineering chimed in at the Android police. Thank you for submitting information on this bug. Our engineering team has verified a fix that will be rolling out in the coming weeks to prevent this from occurring.
That was not written by a lawyer at all.
No.
That's like, please don't sue us.
Yeah.
He's like, we know we got a problem, but
Yeah,
We're
and in
working on it.
Android Authority's post, they said it'll start overheating to a point, but when it gets too hot, it'll stop by itself,
Right.
and it'll drop down to where it should go. So I guess that cycle can repeat itself, I guess.
Well, and looking at too, what I understand is it. Yes, it's like I'm going to assume it's like a safety feature. They
Yes.
have it. They build it. It's built into it. So
Yes. So Adam, have you had any heating issues with it so far in the few days you've had it?
No, but again, no, because I usually charge it at night, so it was like plugged in for a long time.
Right.
Each time. I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, and we traded in the Pixel XL for the S9, but my wife wasn't having any of those issues that we know of.
now your problem, George, yours was microphone or the earpiece? Was it?
No,
It
George,
was
he had
the,
turning off.
It was the earpiece. Sometimes she'd get a phone call or a notification, and it didn't make any sound. And then other times it was, but that kept going back and forth for her for maybe a month, 5 weeks. So finally, when we saw the trade in for the S9, she said, "Well, let's trade it in." Matter of fact, I had already replaced hers with the G5 Moto G5 Plus because she was just sick of missing phone calls and notifications.
Well, now, was it apparent from an update though? Do you think?
It seemed for hers, it seemed to start after the 8.0 Oreo update.
Oh, okay.
But I hadn't heard of anybody else having that problem. But for her, it was very consistent.
I know they pushed out one of the updates, but it wasn't a big one. It was just to the dialer, caused a problem where you weren't able to. I forget if it was. No, you know what it was? Your screen wouldn't turn on. Like if the phone was ringing,
Oh yeah, I saw
it
that.
wouldn't turn on. I had to uninstall and roll back to
Right.
stop that one.
Right. Yeah. Now, see, she never had that issue, and I had to gather Adam's not having that issue either. So, but they had already put a fix in for that, I guess.
Yeah. At least they're on it.
So Adam,
Did
you seem to be
anybody ever
blessed
go
with
to
a phone that works nicely. That's good.
Yeah, so far. Knock on wood.
Did any of y'all ever go to the bug page? There's like a page where they list all the reports they get of problems. That thing is huge.
Now you're proving my point. I didn't even know there was a bug page. You need your own channel.
There's a whole page where you can go on there and see like as the people complain, and then they respond and they have them listed in order of priority. And
that's good.
Like if you give a suggestion, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what we need to do is have a page there where people can go and submit their bug reports, but it automatically turns on their camera as they're doing it, so you can see how PO'd they are and that there's problems. Be like, "Argh."
Adam, I'm glad you're not an engineer at Google.
Yeah.
So real quick, we want to see who's. I'm looking at who's in the room. I want to say hi to Alan at Phone Tech at Work.
Oh yeah.
And we got Sean in here. Hey, some guy named Will's in here. I already see a thumb down on him already.
He's always in the room.
Just one thumbs down?
Yeah, just one so far. But wait, guys, real quick. I'm sorry, but we got Sean in here.
That's me. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know if you guys saw my one Twitter post. We were like climbing like 1,100 views, and all of a sudden the views have gone the other way.
Yeah, I don't understand how they take away views.
It went down to 5 something.
That's weird.
Oh, no, it was 300. Will it's up to 500 now?
Oh my
wow.
God!
Yeah,
complaining, Mike. Stop complaining. Just take.
Yeah, it's just one of those. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's Adam's engineering. I don't.
Hey, what did I do?
Well,
I'm not going to take away stuff from my friends.
You were complaining on every platform that they must have really gotten PO'd at you.
Yeah. Wow. Now they're attacking YouTube directly.
Yeah. Really. So anyway, we have Don in the room. How you doing?
Hey, Don.
We have BG Life Tech in here. TJ's here. TJ. Welcome everybody. Welcome. So so far I guess Adam's phone isn't blown up.
No, my phone's been real good so far.
And it didn't it didn't turn off on you.
No, not yet.
Now, Adam, from everything I've been seeing you guys posting about back and forth. My impression is that you really like this phone a lot.
Yes, this one feels more like me. Like I was talking with Chris about yesterday. The Honor phone, excuse me, was very close and is very, very good, and I definitely like that one. That's definitely my number 2 so far. But the LG V20, for some reason, it and I never had that warm fuzzy feeling while I was doing stuff with it, and this one just makes me feel like if Apple and Google got together and made a phone and just said, I like, because I like all the Google apps and everything, but it seems more Apple-y in the interface than the rest of the Android stuff. So
did he just insult both Google and Apple?
I think so.
Absolutely, I like that.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Well, you said Google was Apple. Like, that's an insult. And I'm sure Apple don't want to hear that they're like Google.
Well, but he coined the phrase. He called it Apple-y. I like that.
Yeah, the Pixel feels Apple-y to me, and to me that's a good thing.
That's from you, that's a compliment.
Of Android.
Hey guys, I want to just jump in real quick. You know, we were talking about updates and an update causing this problem, an update causing that problem. Don pointed out there. He says he don't have issues with Sammy. They just don't get updates.
Yeah,
which is it's an interesting point. So
nice.
So
Mike, you see that we got a comment in the chat talking about the Galaxy S8. I don't know.
Yeah, TJ is saying when he got the Oreo update, you went to the game caller on the phone. Did it make a buzzing sound and show the phone shut off? So it sounds like the one you were talking about, Will, when they did the dialer update.
Yeah, but that was for the Pixel when they updated the phone. I don't know what happened with the SE. I never heard that one.
This is the first time I've heard that.
I'm kind of lost with the question. He's saying because the S8 just got Oreo.
Oh, that's right. It did, didn't it? Yeah, I don't have the S8, so
it just got it like a couple of days now. Well, the carrier one's here anyway.
So, I was going to say, I'm sorry, George. Talk about Adam's experience. What's your experience now? First off, did you give the phone to the wife yet?
No, not yet. I think she's kind of on the fence because originally I was going to keep it for 2 weeks. Well, today is a week, so I still have a week. But she likes that Moto G5 Plus so much, she seems somewhat reluctant to give that up. So I may end up keeping it if that's what she wants. We'll do what she wants to do. Yeah.
Let me tell you, that G5 Plus is my work phone. I mean, I use that for my work line, and I just funny you were talking about that. I was just thinking about that today. Like, I like to shuffle my phones around, maybe change. Some of them are versatile, where I can swap SIMs and put another carrier or whatever.
Right.
I can't bring myself when it's time. When I'm done with the Sprint line, by the way, the Sprint line will be up in June.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to just keep that phone because I'm going to try and keep that number and just keep everything where it is. It is a powerhouse as far as battery life is concerned.
Battery life is incredible.
And just be able to, I just do my business on it. I just do what I need to do for work, and it just goes.
Yeah, well, like I say, every time we talk about her taking the S9, she starts hemming and hawing because she really likes that G5 Plus a lot.
Yeah.
She starts hemming and hawing about a brand new phone.
That'll get you some time to get into those features.
Yeah, hopefully, but I still have a lot of comparison videos that people want to see. Like one of my subscribers that bought the U11 on my recommendation, and she loves the phone, but now she's looking for a comparison video between the S9 and the U11. So I'm going to have to do that real soon.
George, that 4K at 60 is crazy.
Wow. But on the video I did yesterday between the S9 and the V30, the vast majority of people, including my wife and Jay Will, like the V30 better. Now I tend to like the S9, but I like punchy, rich colors, and that has it.
Yeah.
Speaking of battery, the S9 is the one thing I'm somewhat disappointed in is the battery life.
Oh.
Well,
because
see, you always go with the small one. I always go with the big one. So my
yeah,
batteries
but
are
I
pretty
still
good.
I would expect it to be as good as most of my other phones. Well, it's a little bit less, I'd say, than any of my other phones.
Yeah, but well, see, you haven't had you had a Samsung. I don't see how anybody can expect a Samsung to get tremendous battery life, knowing all the stuff they put into the phone.
But
Mine is
keep in mind,
unlocked, so I have.
the last time either of us had a new Samsung was 4 years ago. And yes, you're right. I do remember the battery life wasn't great even then, but I would have thought it would have gotten better. Well, shows you how I can be wrong.
Yeah, I got the unlocked one, so I got less. Well, unless you disabled all your stuff, I don't know T-Mobile. I don't have pretty much no bloatware. I
Well, see,
installed.
I have the unlocked
installed a
one,
lot
but
of
I
stuff.
put a lot of apps on my phones, and I put about half
Okay.
on this S9, and I still have over 100 apps.
Oh,
Most of my
gosh,
phones have
nowhere
over
near that.
200 apps.
Wow,
Holy cow.
Wow.
Dang,
You only
George,
got two
your app drawer-
thumbs.
Yeah,
your
my
app drawer
wife
is
always says, well, why
crazy.
do you keep those apps? You don't use them. I say, if I want it there a month from now, I want it there. So that's how the apps end up getting there.
I can understand that logic.
Okay.
Of course, I won't be able to do that with this one, the 32 gig.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that with tons of 32 gig
I
phones.
knew
Trust
that
me.
was coming.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
It's small, and I just got to get used to that. Just a little bit of memory.
You can do
what
it.
do you
can do it.
well, wait. What is your iPhone? What is that one?
Whatever the max was.
128.
128.
Nah.
Yeah.
Did they have 120? What do you have? A 6?
6 plus.
I didn't even think they had a 120. I thought it was 16, 32, and 64.
Nah, there's at least 128.
No, I think the 6,
okay.
the 6 was the first one that had 128. Because when I bought the 6 Plus, I had 64, and because I didn't want to pay for the 128.
Yeah, it's
Apple charges
128.
you about $200 for memory.
Yeah.
It's 128, and I had 15 left over.
Wow. What do you have? A lot of apps?
No, a lot of my music. And I mean, I'm sure I do have a lot of apps, but like how Mike was always yelling at me, I download all my podcasts and have them on there, and I wouldn't clean them up. So if I stop listening to a podcast, I go back later and look and see it, and I'd be like, oh, I got 30 of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's why I tend to keep everything in the Google Cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, can I
usually stream.
got a couple of more people that have joined. Louis Tapia says, hello. Kirk Fontaine, he says, I received the Oreo update earlier this month, but still on February security update, waiting on the March update, but no major problems yet. I'm assuming he's talking Pixel. I'm guessing.
No, he's talking about the S8.
Oh, the S8. Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at this one from TJ. He said he has the S8. He's having problems when he goes live to his phone with the game recorder.
Yeah, I said okay.
It will sit there, and so the little loading icon after a few seconds, it will buzz and turn on. Oh wow!
That's bad.
I don't really play games.
Yeah, me
so
neither.
I don't know. I never used the game recorder or none of that stuff.
Yeah, Lewis's. I see Lewis's comment. He has here. I've been saving up a bit to get the Sony Xperia XZ2 compact, since it does work on Verizon.
Okay.
Tony's here.
Oh,
and
no.
Considering this Asus Zenfone 5.
Yeah. But I would go with the Sony.
So would I.
Simply because, well, it's coming to the table. I know they got great cameras. It's waterproof. Probably stereo speakers, if it's anything like the XZ1 was. What else was
Tony
there?
Pazzo's in here too. Hey, Tony.
Skynet's here.
Doesn't it come with a fingerprint scanner now, the Sony?
Yes, the new one does. Yes, they finally got that.
Yeah, and I have the X82, and that has the fingerprint.
So.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
What does everybody think about? I seen saying, well, we can get on another topic too. Since Huawei, the Mate 10, they got them on sale at Best Buy, I think for $6 something. So I think it's like $100 something off. They're saying they get good battery. What does everybody think about these? They're saying the battery lasts forever. Anybody ever try one?
I haven't.
No.
Well, it kind of goes in with that one thing that we have on there about Best Buy and the Huawei products. I think we're going to have a fire sale real soon. What do you think, guys?
Well, that's why, Mike. That's why I checked. I said, let me see if they drop the price all the way down, because I'll pick one up. Because I'm, the EMUI is terrible. I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But
and before we started, Will said he thinks they're done because that means the only ones that are going to buy Huawei phones are techies, and they can't survive on that.
Yeah.
Well, at least not
it'll be
here.
like HTC. Well, not here. Yeah, not here. Because nobody's going to spend. I think that phone came out at $800. Nobody's paying for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Porsche version is $1,250 at Best Buy.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were going to buy a Huawei phone right now, if I wanted to spend that money, I would get the View 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to spend $500 right now, so I'm probably going to get the Mate SE at some point soon.
Get it while you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, George, you can deal with that software overlay. Saying that the one looks like an iPhone. Oh God.
when most phones, the first thing I do is put on the Google launcher.
Right, that changes a lot. They change the launcher.
And on this OnePlus, it was my first OnePlus phone. I have not ever put a launcher on it because I find their launcher fine.
Oxygen OS is amazing. That launcher is great.
Yeah. Now the S9 will not let me put the Google launcher. So it's the first time I've used Google launcher, and I'm finding that's fine for me.
You can't put the Google launcher. Why?
It says it's incompatible with this device.
Ooh.
As soon as you try to install it.
I never saw that.
Yeah. I tried it twice. Immediately it says incompatible with this device.
Well, you should just get well, I don't know if you don't like APKs. You should just get lawn chair.
Oh yeah, I don't usually sideload, but right away I went to the Nova launcher, and the Nova launcher is fine.
Yeah, lawn chair is pretty good. They say on the Huawei, the Mate 10, it's really hard to. I guess it's like Samsung. I never noticed that though with the Google launcher, but they said it's hard to replace the launcher. They say they give you a hard time by replacing the launcher.
Oh really?
But I don't know. Yeah, I've only had a Huawei when it was the 6P.
Okay.
I never bought
Yeah, well, I had the 6P, and I think that's the only Huawei.
Well, Adam has the Honor 7X. That's a Huawei like phone.
Yeah. Well,
and what was your experience with that?
Or is it Huawei?
Were you able to put another launcher on, Adam?
I've never tried to do such a thing because because I don't know all the difference. Like I was just playing around with the native launcher that came with it, and I didn't have any problems with that. So
and an Honor phone is a Huawei phone. I mean, it's the same company.
Right. Yeah, it has the EMUI, I think you called it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has that on there. So no. Well, Adam's phone, the Honor phone, was his first foray back into Android in the first place, and I didn't want to bomb him with do this. You know what I mean? I just let him have it and play with it. Yeah.
He did it smart. He said, "Here, play, go, go, learn, do your thing."
Yeah,
he knows his brother well.
Yeah, he knows I'm with it enough that I'll be able to poke around and not have ashes in my hand and burn the phone up. But
and he knows you like to play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, continuing on with that topic, in your notes, Mike, you said Huawei and ZTE. And Will and I were talking before the broadcast, and Wilson was surprised if it was ZTE. But I said those are the only two companies that the government has mentioned by name not to use their phones. And as much as I love ZTE phones, and I've got 3 phones here, I've got the ZTE watch on here. I would have to believe you're probably right. They're probably going to be next because the government is really out for these two.
Oh, they're head hunting. They're head up.
But ZTE is in the stores already.
Yeah,
you can
true.
I mean, it's in AT&T. You can get prepaid ZTE phone. I think they have like 2 or 3 models.
Right.
I don't know. I guess.
I'm telling you, they're going to be next. And the biggest thing is going to really say how hard they're coming is we still can get these Huawei phones over at B&H and
Amazon.
and Amazon. If Amazon says we ain't selling those phones and their products, then
But I
there's
would
a problem.
highly doubt that Amazon will say that, because they're one of those, huge corporations. They're pretty committed to worldwide everything. I don't think they would go that route. Well, Best Buy is an American company, and it's Best Buy and it's here mostly. So I don't see Amazon doing that.
No.
No, because
I hope
then
not, 'cause then
China will hold back.
they'll really be done.
Yeah.
China will hold back all the rest of their stuff then.
Yeah, I know. Look at all that stuff Amazon gets from China.
Yeah. But it's just funny. All the Chinese companies that sell, it's just those two that are always singled out.
It was just something I was thinking about when I'm like, well, I've heard about the ZTE conversation about, that's one of the companies that the government's after also.
Right.
And now, there hasn't been a major release from ZTE in a while. And then if they release a premium phone, they're really are they taking a chance? You know what I mean?
I think they probably are, because remember, the first time ZTE had trouble with the U.S. government was back in 2012. It took them, I'm thinking, about a year to get that smoothed over, and then it kind of went away, and now it's come back.
Yeah. So
to me, it fuels what the Huawei big shot said, that this is being fueled by American companies. I think he's probably right.
But did you see what Huawei did? And I say that's a little retaliation. They parked those advertising trucks in front of Apple and Samsung stores.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I like that kind of shade.
Well, they're copying. Didn't Google do that to Apple like a year and a half ago or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know about that.
When one of the iPhones released, was it Google or Samsung? One of them put it was Samsung. They put a whole bunch of trucks in front of a whole bunch of Apple stores the day the phone was released.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I guess the Oriental thing is don't mess with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, but I guess moving on to the next topic, George.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the Huawei train here, you have Huawei working on the world's first device with 512 gigabytes of internal storage.
Yeah, there's a couple of stories out about it that they're hoping.
That's Adam's phone.
How about this?
Hell yeah.
That's Adam's phone.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll move to China for that phone. Yeah,
so, I mean, let's assume they are successful, because the story said that Samsung has also been working on 512 for a while. But assuming Huawei is the first one to actually release a phone with 512 gigs of storage, I gotta think people are gonna buy that phone.
You think so? I don't think it's gonna depend on price. If they lose their everything here, and they put a phone out with 512 gigs, the price, let's say, look at the Mate 10 or whatever, it's like $800.
Right.
And I think that goes up to what, 128?
Yeah.
So how much are they going to charge for that phone when technically you can buy a Samsung and stick a SD card in it and you can save all your media.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you don't really need to pay. I don't know.
And that was one of my first thoughts when I read the story. 512 gig. What the heck is that going to cost?
Well, think about it though too. Look at the RAM. We're going for 4 to 6. I see. Is there 8 gig RAM phone out there?
Yeah, man, the 5T.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
5T.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6.
For $530, you get 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage.
Yeah.
Tony makes a good point in the room that 512 of storage is good for if you're shooting 4K video with your phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just keep it on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, then it makes you wonder what are they going to do with the cameras? Do they have something up their sleeve?
Okay, I got a question. Does
You know,
does anybody know if any of these phones that shoot? I think I heard HTC doesn't have a limit. Samsung's 4K at 60 is great, but they always put that limit on it. Is there a phone besides, I guess, HTC that doesn't put the limit
Which
besides an
limit?
iPhone?
The
They give
4K
you a
seems like
time
it
limit.
seems
You can
like they
only
all
shoot
put
for
some
5
kind of
minutes.
time limit on how long you can shoot
On Android, there's
4K.
always a limit. The iPhone has no limit on their 4K at 60.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder why they do that.
Because I never record. They say it's going to overheat. I never usually record video, but after I put the 4K at 60 on the S9, I love it. But they only give you 5 minutes.
Right. And I
That's
think the
gonna make me go.
U11 is the
It's gonna
limit
make
too.
me. It's gonna make me go get an iPhone just so I can record 4K and 60. It looks so clear. It looks so clear. Oh my God, Mike, did you see that video?
Yo, guys, he's talking about shooting video, guys. You hear that? He's
Mike,
working towards his
Mike,
own channel. What's
did
that?
you see the video I sent you, Mike?
No. Oh, no, I haven't. I'm sorry.
You gotta
I
look
know.
at it. That
I know.
video is so clear. It's crazy.
That's right. You did send me it. You sent it to my drive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I linked you to mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
Another
I gotta
dislikable video.
Gotta give a quick shout out to Tony. He said he saw
the
the
U11 has no limit.
Tony said he saw the T-Mobile store video and he loved it.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
good,
it was.
George.
The other day, I
that
just
was
walked
good.
into that store, which is the closest one to my house now for the first time. And these two guys were so cool. I just said, I got to film you guys. And then as soon as I filmed it and put it up, I called them and said, well, the video is up. Go look. You know.
Yeah, they were really a good bunch. I shared that and made sure I put John. I think John Legier gave it
He did give it a like. Yes.
Oh, nice. They
Yeah.
probably got a bonus.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So John Legier now knows there's a geezer out here. Okay.
So.
Okay, so moving on. What we got next?
Well, that's pretty much your majority of yours there. Hey, last week we were like talking about stuff. We kind of forgot about Android Wear, and they changed it to
Everybody else did too.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else did. And just as fast that news came out, to was it Wear OS? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot. I was kind of guessing. Is it Wear OS? I don't know. You know. But what do you think that's going to mean for that? I think that's something that Google's really weakened.
I was reading about it. Like what they said was that the reason they changed the branding was because they don't want people to think that it's just for Android. Because they said the majority of the people that use Android Wear have iPhones. I can't believe it. But that's what they said. So that's why they changed the name of it. They said they changed the name because, now you can buy Fossil and everybody else is involved in it. So they said they don't want it to be Android. They just want to name it Wear because everybody else, because I guess the majority of people have iPhones. I don't know what for, though, because you would lose a lot of your functionality with an iPhone. Why would you just go get an Apple Watch?
Right.
Well, I was going to say, I saw there was a list of watches that are compatible to the new update that's supposedly coming out, and it's not. And the majority of those watches are not LG, not Motorola, not. I think the ZTE watch.
This is one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Quartz. But what I can't get used to, because I wear my Android Wear watches almost every day, which I did today. But if you can see Wear OS, I cannot get used to that icon. I keep looking for Android Wear. Because I've been using Android Wear watches for like 3 years now.
Yeah, Tony said they got to cater to the iPhone. That's right, because nobody with Android buys it. I don't know. I tried it. I had a Moto 360, but it was slow.
I still wear my Moto 360 first gen.
Oh man, I hated that flat tire at the bottom. Terrible.
But until
Samsung put out the circle design, I went straight to it.
But until the ZTE Quartz came out, my favorite one was still the first gen Asus Zen watch.
Okay.
Adam, you still using the Huawei watch or?
Well, I don't know. Someone keeps giving me new phones, so I have to keep wiping it out every time. I haven't cleared it out for the
Oh, man.
Well,
and synced it with
Adam,
the Pixel
if,
yet.
if that's a problem for you, I'll just have him send me the new phone. That's that.
No, I like
Then
this
you
one.
won't have to wipe nothing.
Well, see, he went and threw me off by giving me that LG V20,
Uh-huh.
because he was telling me that he had a surprise in store and it was coming in and all, and then he gave me that other phone, so I was like, "Ooh, so this other surprise is going to be something different." I'm thinking maybe he got a nice camera for us for doing the streams or something, and all different kind of stuff. And he picks out another phone. I was like, "All right."
I think you came out way ahead on that deal.
Uh,
One thing I do want to mention, as much as I like Android Wear and I've been using it almost since the beginning, one complaint I do have is every time you want to pair a watch to another phone, you've got to start over again and repair
Yeah,
and wipe everything out, which
all
there
of
ought to be a way that you can go to one phone or another phone, in my opinion.
All of them are like
Yeah.
that. Even the Apple Watch is the same way.
Really?
If you put it on another phone, you gotta wipe it. But it does back up. Like my Samsung watch, I can put it on with the Pixel, and then if I wipe it, when I go back to the Gear app to pair it, it'll ask me if I want to restore. So it restores it, but you still have to wipe it.
Okay, yeah, mine pulls in all my apps from Google, but I just find it so aggravating because it takes about, for me, every time, and you know how often I get new phones, it takes about half an hour to do everything every time.
mhm. Tony in the room, Tony Panzo says he still has his LG G Watch R.
There you go.
I wanted.
So I'm not the only one
when
that
it
keeps
first came
going
out.
back to old watches.
Yeah.
I wanted it, but never got it. I went with the Moto. The LG, yeah.
Yeah. So
And Tony says it
You
still
had
gives
that,
him 2 days
right,
of battery life. That's better than anything I've got.
So
Mike,
as
did
we're
you have
talking
the
about it,
LG?
what was that?
And Don Brow agrees with me. He hates the wiping out too.
I think
Yeah.
Mike had the G Watch, right?
no,
No, you had
no,
the
I
Urbane.
had the Urbane. That was a nice watch.
Urbane.
That was yeah, a watch Urbane they called it.
Everybody raved about that watch when it came out. I remember.
It was nice. It was really nice, and that's why I like the Huawei watch that Adam has. That I lend him there. That kind of reminds me of the Urbane. You know, in the physical, hardware sense. So
Your brain was LG,
favorite-
right?
what's this?
It was LG, wasn't it?
The Urbane.
Yeah.
Yes, it was an LG watch. Yes.
My favorite Android Wear watch was the Huawei, the first one, the original one. That watch.
That's what Adam has.
The
Yeah.
original Huawei. Oh man.
Yeah.
Comes with the speaker and all. You can take your calls on it.
Yeah, and I can take my calls on this, and my wife is always amazed at how clear
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, what's his name? Will did that to me. He called me up. His Samsung watch is an LTE.
Right.
He called me from it, and I'm looking at his number. I almost didn't answer the number, and I answer. I'm like, Will, and he sounded just like he had a phone to his ear.
Yeah, and that's what my wife says about it. But same thing happens to her. I only rarely call her on this watch, and she says, "Well, I almost didn't answer." You know.
So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. We got watch ZTE gone. I shared an article with you guys about how many of y'all out there have apps that crash?
I hardly have any.
I've been doing pretty good lately, but yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I've seen this story you mentioned, Mike.
Yeah, Google is warning Android developers to disclose crash reports in apps or be removed from the Play Store.
Who do they have to disclose it to? The consumer or Google?
To Google.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. If app developers are developing on my platform and people are crashing, I want to know it because that's bad for business. You know.
Yeah.
So does anybody disagree with Google insisting on that?
No.
Well, Mike,
no.
what did the article say? What is Google's reason for wanting them to disclose it? Is it like a privacy thing, or what is it? Because I didn't see the article either.
Well, no matter what, the more data you gather when you're doing things regarding crashes, even though it's someone else's code, it still can glean information for you for your
Yeah,
software
for your
stuff. So no
software.
matter
Yeah,
what, then they'll have a bigger database of this is stuff that f's up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
don't do this.
It says crashing apps happen to all platforms, but on Android, they can be more common because of the number of variable developers have to work around.
Yeah.
To get data on why an app is crashing, developers often collect crash reports once the user reopens the app. However, some developers are getting warned from Google to change the way those reports are being collected.
Oh, so they're collecting too much data from.
They must be
personal data.
spying or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says here those reports typically don't include any personal data about the user, but Google is currently enforcing a policy with some developers which requires prominent disclosure of these reports.
Okay.
So
Well, Google is naturally worried about collecting any kind of user data, and since all that stuff, especially with Google and Apple and Samsung, is more and more in the spotlight.
Yeah, so that sounds more like they're trying to cover their ass with respect to getting sued by getting too much data from someone.
Yeah, could be, and they're always saying, well, we're not collecting such and such and such for such and such and such. So yeah. It's probably that kind of move.
Great.
What's that, Adam?
More lawyer.
Oh, okay. Wasn't Facebook in trouble for collecting personal data or something?
Yeah,
I need to keep up.
Yeah,
they were like a big.
You see, Tesla just got rid of his Facebook page because they were collecting the data. Well, they were selling your data is what they were doing.
Yeah, and Facebook has gotten in trouble with that a few times over the years.
Yeah, but it was crazy because when they released their first statement, they basically said the people who were using the data, which they thought it was tied to the election or whatever, they said that
okay.
They didn't do nothing. Like, it was nothing illegal that they did. Like, Facebook basically said, "Oh yeah, we know that's how they do it, and we allow it."
Yeah, that what they did was perfectly because
delete.
Yeah, because what the Trump team did was the same thing the Obama team did back in 2012, and in both cases it was perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem arises when
we tied to Russia or whatever.
Yeah, the problem arises when people don't realize how much of themselves they're giving over. But you just got to assume that anything you put out there, someone is just gathering up and sucking up and putting in a big database somewhere. And people get upset because they're getting so good at taking information that you're putting out there and forming like a cohesive picture of you and figuring out how to manipulate you so much better.
And the ads that come to you are more and more and more personally you.
Oh yeah, I see that every time I turn on Facebook or Google, for example, too.
Google's good at it, yeah. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers some people. My wife is more bothered by it than I am. So,
I found it a little annoying and a little humorous at work. Well, on my phone, actually my work phone. I had to research. I work in a forklift business where I sell parts, and we're pushing these clear roofs, these clear plastic roofs that go over the overhead guard. So I went to the company's website and started looking around, looking for a roof for a particular forklift. And just because I went to their website, I picked up my phone and I hit the Chrome browser to look at something, and sure enough, one of the ads was there. Like, it was like going, what does this have to do? I think I was looking at something Android-wise, something for phones or something. And I was like, what is this ad doing here? I don't even think they meant to even advertise, this company.
Their way of telling you we're watching you.
They're tracking you. There's like an option where you can turn off some of the tracking, and then I think there is an option, something about the way that they advertise to you. But yeah, that's just like if you go to Amazon and try to buy something but you don't buy it. When you leave, you see advertisements for that thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go to Gear Best or Geek Buying, you're going to get ads like crazy and emails too.
Yeah, but
now, Mike, going back to my pre-programming days, because before I started programming in '81, I was a truck driver a lot, and I had worked in warehouses, and I've driven a forklift. So now, if I'm driving a forklift, I want to see what's coming at me first. Is that it? When I look up?
Well, yeah, the idea that the clear roof part.
Yeah.
The OSHA doesn't want. They don't want a like a plastic bag over your head. Like if there will be people that when you're looking up and you're putting material on a high rack, you want to be there's large holes so you could see what you're doing above you. So
that kind of makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So, but some of these forklifts go outside in the weather, and it protects the operator from it. So.
Do you know I once had a guy with a forklift drive over my foot?
Oh my God.
No, just my toes. And I was very blessed because I swore he was going to break. Well, my toes flattened out. And I never forget it.
Oh my God.
And he stopped it right on my toes. And I just said, up, 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 and he finally, I never forget that. And he finally realized it and he backed off it. Well, my toes had just flattened out and nothing broke. He was amazing.
Oh, God.
George is like a cartoon character.
Oh, yeah.
By
2,000 pounds, man.
You have no problems. You have no problems with your toes now?
No, other than the frostbite I got back in 1964 when I was hitchhiking in Ohio.
Wow.
I've had frostbite twice. Once in Ohio when I was 18, and the second time in '89 up in Jersey. And that was the January I said, we are moving someplace warm this year. We moved to Orlando in September.
Wow.
Once you've had frostbite a couple of times, you never want to have it again. Trust me.
Ouch.
So,
that's the list of things to avoid.
Did you see the squeeze? Like it's like a beta app they have in the Play Store that gives you basically the pixel functionality on. So far, I think they got it working on the Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, Note 8, S9, and S9 Plus, where you can squeeze the phone and pull up you can set it to pull up whatever you want, basically.
Okay.
The Google Assistant. They're saying it works with the barometer or something in the phone. I don't know. But I thought it was
the accelerometer, maybe?
on Google Plus. No, it's the barometer. I don't know.
That's
you can squeeze the phone and it works.
Okay. I saw the article. I never got a chance to read it.
Yeah.
You know, I had that squeeze feature in this phone, and the few times I would squeeze it and all of a sudden it will come up. I'm not a fan of it. I really am not. I don't care for it.
Now, of course, I have it in the original, the U11.
Mm-hmm.
I like it on the Pixel.
It's a great feature that works well. I forget about it most of the time.
Yeah.
I like it on the Pixel for using the assistant instead of having to push the button. You can just squeeze it.
Right.
I have mine turned up pretty high, but I would rather if they would let me remap it. I'm sure there's an app maybe that lets you do it.
But I do like the fact that they'll let you set the sensitivity, because there was a couple of times I set the U11 too sensitive and I just touched it and it was, so thank God you could turn it down.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have that squeeze stuff, right?
No.
There's only a couple.
He's squeezing it now.
It makes these cool things. It makes these cool break
talk to it. You can just talk to it and say, "Hey, Google."
Yeah, let me tell you. Every time I have to go through and retrain this thing to unlock, it's unbelievable.
It doesn't pick up. It doesn't pick up your Jersey accent, Adam.
Oh.
It doesn't understand you. Mine does pretty good.
Well, no, like it understands me and it hears that I'm trying to do like from the lock screen. I was having troubles getting it to like unlock and go straight into the assistant.
You gotta turn on one of those settings. There's like a setting there that'll let you.
Well, hold on. I'm going to lean away from the mic and try it now, just so that way I don't activate to every 15 of everyone's devices.
Yeah, my home is right behind me.
Yeah, okay, Google. Nope.
Okay.
Maybe your setting isn't on. You got to go to the thing.
Bill, it's all set up. We went through this last night.
We went through it last night, and then today it wasn't set up again magically. And I go back. There's got to be something somewhere I've got set that's like overwriting it.
But
Really?
I think Will's right. I think you can go into the settings or maybe you just have to retrain it.
I'm in settings, and
One of them says unlock phone or unlock
yeah, it's like
screen or
security and
something.
location and smart lock. It's in smart lock stuff,
No,
right?
Okay.
not that one. No, not that one.
No, you sure?
That's
Will
trusted
knows this
voice.
stuff better than
One
the
of
rest.
them in the Google settings. Let me see. If you go to swipe to the left or whatever, go to your Google, your feed.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get out of here. All right, there we go. All right, I'm in my feed. Hit the 3 dots. Settings.
Yeah, look in there. One of them should say it.
Voice. No, that's
Try
search.
that one.
Try
One of them.
voice.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to.
That
mine.
sounds logical to me.
Block offensive words. I don't want that. Voice match.
Settings.
Talk to the Google Assistant to get things done.
That's what I was thinking. You have to go through.
Yeah, look, see, this is stuff I've checked off before. I'll say okay, say the keywords at any time, and I'm resetting that. Unlock with voice match. It's making me put in my PIN.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Try that one.
Well, but I've done this before. Like I did this earlier today. And immediately afterwards, it works just fine.
Oh, and then it goes away.
Yeah, and then it goes away. All right, hold on. I'm going to kill my mic again so I don't activate everyone's things.
While he's doing that, I wanted to mention somebody had asked Tony Pazzo what phone he was using.
It worked.
And he said S9 Plus iPhone X. He says over 6 hours screen on time on the S9
S9.
Plus. He just tweeted out a screenshot. So the Plus obviously has much better battery life than the regular one.
All right, so I just resetted this thing and it works, and so every day I'm going to try it and look for my Twitter feed.
I just turned mine on. I don't know. Mine never turns off. I don't know. So wait, when you go back to it, it's off again?
Not immediately, but well, I'll go back immediately and we'll see. Maybe it is.
You're saying in the course of the day it turned itself off.
Yeah, in the course
like
of
when you just went to it. When you just went to it today, unlock with voice match was off.
Earlier today, it was off. I turned it on. It worked. I tested it. Now I just came back to it again now, sitting here, and it was off again.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's overheating.
Yeah. That's the first thing they shut off?
Yeah.
Isn't Mike inspiring?
All right, it is all still on, so we'll see. Maybe could it be the Honor phone screwing it up somehow? Because I was
highly doubt that.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not linked. They're not. Yeah.
Because even if you have Google, like I know if I have both phones out and I say okay Google, it'll show me on the screen the one that's not answering the question. It will say being answered by another device, like it knows that the other device is answering. So
and when I do it in any of these rooms where I have Google Home, it'll let me know the Google Home is handling it and not the phone.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
I just want to point out real quick, Mom is in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Hello, Carol.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay, so all right.
We're glad you got your internet back so you can watch.
Yeah.
Sound like a couple of football players. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mom was without internet for off and on yesterday?
Yeah,
a good part of yesterday.
On Facebook, I told her call Comcast. They'll give you a few dollars back. They don't give you much, but they give you a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
I'm always surprised when Comcast gives anything to anybody.
They give it. Right? I was just going to say a headache. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They gave me until I switched to my local company, which has the fiber optic, and I just I was just watching Juan Bagnell or somebody, and he was saying Chattanooga still has the fastest internet in the world.
George, you have options. We don't have that here.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, in this area, the day whatever neighborhood as they were building out the fiber optic, the day it went live, everybody was running down to Comcast with their box the next day. And Comcast wasn't even asking anything about it. They were just taking the boxes and letting you leave.
Nice. All right. I got choices here. I got a quick question. This is the Honor phone. And for some reason, it still thinks it's like Wednesday during the snowstorm for the weather app itself, because it's showing that it's snowing in 31, even though it's like 39.
Have you restarted the phone since Wednesday?
Is it on Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on both.
Well, you got to tap on it. Don't you tap on it and it should refresh?
No. Why
What-
should
yeah,
I
maybe-
tap on it?
You shouldn't have to. But what
But
is your?
I agree with Mike. Even my Weather Channel apps occasionally will show me the wrong temperature.
Well, yeah, but
I'll
and
tap and
then
straighten it out.
yeah, it like clicks up. All right, I tapped on it, and now it comes up 31 in snow in Glassboro.
So something's wrong.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I've never had that happen.
If
sweet.
you're on Wi-Fi, it should refresh. Check the refresh. What do you have it set for? Refresh how often?
Well, I don't know.
Every 3 days.
Every 3 days. Nice.
I like that. I don't know.
Tomorrow will
Ah,
be fine.
All right. Well, now I came back to the screen, and now it says something different. Now it just says cloudy, but it doesn't give a temperature.
Right.
But I hit the thing, and it goes back to Glassboro 31.
Adam, I know
That's
what it
Huawei.
is.
Uh-oh.
Because of all your sci-fi streaming and everything, you're in a time warp.
Oh, sweet. Cue the music.
Real quick, mom piped in. He says yesterday and today she had pertaining to about cable. Oh, and definitely intend on getting money back from all these times. I keep a log. How many hours it was off.
Good for
You
you.
don't mess with a senior citizen.
Good for you, Carol.
Nice.
Real Adam, right at you. I just say, just don't mess with mom, okay?
Yeah,
Right,
don't
Adam?
mess with mom. Otherwise, she'll take the plastic bags that she keeps in her purse to take them to dinner from the restaurant, and she'll smother you with it.
Yeah.
So how many times has this happened to her?
Quite often.
Really?
Yeah. It depends.
Well, we
Bad
got
weather
snowstorm.
or and Comcast just is.
I
Oh,
think
know.
I think that they poorly wired her area because they knew it was all going to be senior citizens.
Yeah.
So they
Nice.
don't use a lot of stuff in general. Not you, George.
Why does everybody think us senior citizens are so soft?
Because we have to fix all our grandparents' stuff.
In my family, I'm the one who shows everything.
You are the exception that proves the rule.
That's true. I said to one of my coworkers today, one of my friends that we go out to dinner with, he actually admitted a couple of weeks ago that he's let himself get too old and out of shape to take care of himself. So that's why he has to carry a gun. And I'm thinking, so you're going to shoot somebody because you were lazy? One of the reasons I exercise 7 days a week because I will keep myself able to defend myself as long as I live.
Wow.
And I won't need a gun to do it.
If we could shoot people because we were lazy, I'd have that gun Jesse Ventura had in The Predator.
Oh, I remember that gun.
Yeah,
I was
man.
like, wow.
I'm super lazy, man.
Oh man.
Nah, you can't be that lazy, Adam. You was out there shoveling snow.
Yeah, and
That's
let me
true.
tell
You wore
you,
yourself out there yesterday, right?
I put that shovel in, and I lifted that first little bit out. I lifted with my knees. I didn't hurt my back at all.
Good for you.
I throw that first one, and instantly my heart goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, this is bad."
Well,
Yeah.
thank God you're still here.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a heart attack or nothing, but it was just like, you're doing physical activity. This is wrong. Is the animal chasing you? Is this okay? Do we have to institute
get a
further
snow-
flight?
You better get a snow blower.
I think he's got to work out with Sasquatch.
Yesterday's would have been like it was just too wet to
Yeah,
properly
yeah.
blow.
Oh, that's when it's heavy, hard to shovel.
Oh yeah, it was a heavy, wet snow we had. Very heavy.
But see, in this case, my girth came in good because then I just get the shovel down. I make like I'm a snowplow on the road, and I just push from behind it, and I
Okay,
can
that makes sense. Yeah.
giant mound of snow.
It's been over 30 years since I had to shovel any snow, but I remember the wet snow. It was
Stop
miserable.
bragging, George. Stop bragging.
Yeah.
Especially after the year we had. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 5 years ago here on Christmas, we had snow. We had a white Christmas. That day I had to shovel, but in the 11 years I've lived here, that was the only time.
Wow.
That was
How much
nice for
snow?
you.
How much you get that Christmas?
Oh, we had like 12 inches,
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay.
which around here is a lot. And these
a lot, isn't
people, those of us from New York and New Jersey that live around here, we laugh at these people because they get a half an inch of snow. All the schools shut down.
Yeah, they all freak out. Yeah.
And we're like, you people are ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but they don't have the equipment to deal with it, so it just
They
like
have salt.
Everyone's out there making margaritas in the
You
street.
expect the Jersey guy to feel sorry for them. That ain't happening.
Guys, I don't know. We pretty much covered all the topics. What else? What other goodies are going on?
Yeah.
Well, I see, Mike, you finally got that portrait mode going because you got a nice shot.
Oh yeah, I had a picture of my niece. Oh my God, yeah, Molly. She posed for me.
Oh, that was a great shot.
Yeah. I have a few other ones in there, but that was really the top of. There was no touching up, nothing. It was just putting it right out there.
That was the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her McDonald's Happy Meal box on her head.
Yeah, that box was so clear.
Yeah. You
can see the grease stains right on the bottom from her nuggets. All right, talking about pictures, I had one cool thing happen today. I was taking a picture on my way home of Mr. Softy truck in front of me, thinking about how Mr. Softy needed to update his motif because he still just has an old-fashioned ice cream cone for a head.
Right.
And I'm driving and like I take pictures as we're stuck in traffic and I put my phone down. I'm driving, I hear it go bling bling, and I'm kind of looking at it, and it says, "Hey, do you want to tag these pictures at this landscaping business that you were nearby when you were taking them?" Because I've got everything set up on the Pixel to upload automatically to Google Photos since I'm trying to winnow away how much data I use on it. And so it just automatically detected, hey, you were nearby this business. Do you want to add pictures to it?
Oh yeah, it does that to me all the time.
Google Photos is pretty neat. Sometimes it'll what's it called? It'll edit your photos. If you take like a couple photos in a row, it'll make a GIF or a video out of it.
Yeah, that assistant thing. Well,
Real Player does that too.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I never noticed. I had it before on the iPhone, and I would update it, but maybe I didn't have it on mobile also.
Okay, but I find Google Maps will often ask me to take a picture of some business too because it knows where I am.
Yeah.
See, and they're just sucking up our data.
Oh, like speaking Facebook of cute pictures, one of my subscribers put a picture up on his Instagram of his Chihuahua yesterday. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Oh yeah, go back a little bit, Joy.
That is a cute picture of a cute dog.
Oh.
And does he have a Pixel?
I forgot what Mark has. He usually has close to the latest, if not the latest, though.
No, does he? Okay.
Now, Adam, did you see on Google Photos? There's an option on the side that says free up space. Once your stuff's backed up, you hit the button and it'll.
Yeah, I did do that the other day, and I got 886 megs back.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And as long as you save them as original data, you'll get unlimited storage.
Yeah.
High quality.
Yeah. Mike and I went through a thing yesterday where I was trying to explain to him that I had shot that video outside of Wawa that I shot. And I wanted to make sure that I got the full quality of that video to do the editing with to put it on YouTube. Because I know about the original thing, like in the lower settings, and you get unlimited space. But it turns out that for that video that I shot, it was still the same size. Like it was the same size locally native on my phone and what Google Photos took. So in that case, I knew it was okay.
Cool.
Yeah. It took a little bit to compute in my head. I couldn't think of I understand what he's talking about, but I can't put it. I can't just couldn't mesh it in my head.
I gave him a brain teaser.
Yeah. So, hey guys, any of you ever had the Nexus player? The
no,
TV?
Not me.
No,
I never had it.
No.
Well, it's not getting Android P.
Oh no.
That's
so dead. That's what pretty much they wrote here. And it's dead. I'm just looking at some other tidbits here. Let's see here. Now you can send a request of money on Google Assistant on Android and iOS.
You still didn't get my request, Mike?
No, I didn't update my voice. I didn't update my phone.
I told it Google Assistant get my money from Mike. I'm supposed to send it to you.
Yeah. So anybody having trouble with their S9 and S9 Plus on a dead zone?
My screen, no problem.
Not me.
No.
I am loving other than the battery life, I am loving my S9.
George, next time go with the Plus.
Next time, give me the extra money.
Nice.
Yeah, send that money. Yeah, you know, use your Google Assistant and send that money.
Send me a request and send it with your voice.
Will, think of it as contributing to the elder generation.
Adam, did you notice that on Android messages they did add some features? Probably it's not as much as iMessage, but you do have like send money, your map, your location with the map. Did you see that on there?
Well, I don't know which messages one he has me. He has me using messages. It's like blue.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, click on that one, and then it should. If you click on the plus, you should have like a list where you can send money, receive money.
You're just trying to get me to screw up and send you money. I know.
856.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I've got a thing that says type a name or phone number or email, but it doesn't say nothing about sending money.
Will, you need to do
you go to
what
the
I
bottom where you do the attachments, like where you type your message at. There should be like a little plus, I think, over there.
Oh, all right, hold on.
Will, you need to do what I tell people. Just eliminate all this. Just adopt me. You know.
I just put it in the chat. Says please send money. So
nice.
There you go. Your mother finished up our Comcast. Comcast stinks. See, George, the abuse I have to take. I agree, Carol. I know what it's like.
Oh yeah, all right. I see it now. Yeah. Location, pay, send, pay request.
Yeah.
Right, cool. There's a little walking hamburger that's waving.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they got some dips in there.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I started using SwiftKey for my keyboard because the Pixel one could not get the space bar down right, and all my words were just mashing together. Okay. So I'm gonna try the SwiftKey one for a little bit.
This is the first time you tried SwiftKey?
Yeah, I never used that.
SwiftKey saved you a lot of
pressure. A few times. I never liked it. Some people love it. I like the Google keyboard better than any others.
SwiftKey,
I mean, Gboard
types for you. It gets to know you so good. You just if it messes up your word, you hit the space bar, it just fixes it.
I find with all of them, if you do swiping, it works great.
Nah, but SwiftKey's crazy how good it is.
Okay. And that's what everybody says, you know.
Yeah. I was given access to all my accounts. It said, we're going to read your emails, but just to see how you write so we can suggest things good. Don't worry, we're not uploading this to the hive mind. It's
Skynet.
Oh, yeah, Skynet,
yeah.
And then it's got like a heat map, shows you how you type, and then it'll tell you how many keystrokes it saved you, how many words it corrected. It keeps like track of everything.
Cool.
So, guys.
It doesn't throw it in my face later. I made 15 typing mistakes. Bad boy.
So guys, I see here Sketchy Leaks claims that OnePlus 6 could price in the $749 range.
Oh, I saw an article. I never got to read it. But yeah, as soon as I saw that article, I'm like, okay, they're going to start getting expensive now.
Yeah.
No, if you read to the end, Mike, they said there was another article I read that said the $749 most likely isn't in US dollars. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they're saying it's not going to be dollars. So
because it seems to me the OnePlus like 5 and 5T have been so successful partly because of making such a great phone at that price. Why would you mess that up?
Yeah, but they've been going up though.
Yeah, they've been going up.
$40 though.
I just think 500 should be the max if you're going to claim to be an affordable, giant. What do you call it? Killer. What's the word I'm looking for?
But George,
flagship killer.
Flagship killer.
They stopped saying that. They stopped saying flagship killer because I think they know their price is going to keep going up if they keep trying to compete. Like if they keep putting, and I'm guessing the next time they're going to have to step that screen up. So they're going to have to charge more.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
And they're going to have to waterproof it or something. Because
and there have been a couple of articles this week, the Honor View 10 OnePlus 5 killer,
Oh, man. Not with the launcher. With that oxygen launcher, that's the only thing I do miss that because I like the shelf on the side.
Yeah, it is
that nice. George, on your 5T, the shelf where you can put your widgets over there.
Yes.
And now that I think about it, that's like the iPhone, the new iPhones now. They have like a page. That's where their widgets go. When you swipe to the left, you can they call them widgets. You can put your widgets there, but they're not really widgets, but you can put them there.
like that.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, I'm about to go buy a OnePlus 5T. I missed that.
No, gee.
Oh, it's a great phone. Yeah.
I used it. I just didn't like the switch off for the camera. I did like the fingerprint scanner. The face unlock is ridiculous. You barely got to look at it.
Yeah, that's true. And the same with the S9.
And the charger is, oh my God. Nobody should ever complain about battery with that phone. That charger is so fast.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Will. I saw you in our room. We were you guys were chatting. Was it the U11 was on sale?
Yes.
On eBay. Yeah, are you the one with the tricky, the itchy finger?
Yeah, it was itching, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah.
No,
but I didn't do it.
Will, have you ever had the U11, Will?
Nah, I wanted it when it came out, and I almost ordered it, but I was like $700 for HTC, and then I'm so used to not having on-screen buttons now. I don't think I could go back.
But at that price, to me, that was the best phone of last year. And that price, it's a steal. And
Stop,
the cameras
George,
are awesome on that phone
like Mike.
too.
Stop.
Huh? I'm killing you.
Come on, everybody! Come on, everybody!
Oh, this was the guy who was browbeating Mike to go out.
Yeah. Get it right. Wait a minute. Look, if it's a great camera, you can start your own channel. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Before I get that, I would rather get the OnePlus 5.
All right. I took the case off. They don't come much more beautiful than that. I mean, that's a gorgeous phone.
That is shiny.
See, you know what? I don't even care about all that. I usually get all my phones just black, and then I'll put them in a case, so I won't see none of that.
Well, it's time to step it up.
That's
that's why people that get the rose gold phones and all. It's like you're gonna put that in a case anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't
slide out of your hand.
That's why when I got the Pixel 2, I wasn't too upset when the Panda was so hard to get, because I was like, I'll just put a skin on it.
Yeah, it's true.
You did put a skin on it for a while.
Yeah.
Well, you made it a Panda. That's what made me get this case. God, I got this clear case finally.
Yeah,
and you can see it. You can see, and George, what do you got? A clear case on yours? On your you?
No, I haven't got a clear case on the S9 yet.
Okay.
But I have some more case videos coming. But I do have a clear case on my U11, and I have a clear case on my Sony. Because to me, if I have a phone that I really think is good looking, I'm going to put a clear case on it. You know?
Yeah, but they're all the TPU ones, right?
Yes.
George, you see what he said? George, Eric is in the chat. Oh, no, phone tech at work. He said, your super chat. Ask him how you get the super chat. He said you don't have your super chat.
I don't know how to put it on in Hangouts. I don't think you can put it on in Hangouts Live, can you?
I don't know, but phone tech at work is in there. So
yeah, and Easy Computer Solutions. Eric is in here. How you all doing?
Hey, Eric.
Welcome to the stream.
I had him earlier. Yeah,
Okay,
Eric is saying,
question.
like me, HTC U11 is a beautiful phone. Yeah, they don't come much more gorgeous than that.
We got March, we got April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
Yeah, Alan is saying, of course you can. Well, somebody needs to show me how to turn on Super Chat inside of Hangout Live, because I don't know how.
Yeah, because I like to know too.
Yeah.
Who's interested in the Pixel 3?
There's a Pixel 3?
Not yet.
October.
And Adam, typically we start talking about next year's phone 10 or 11 months in advance.
Yeah,
we start talking about next year's phone at the release for the current phone.
Exactly.
Right. We're already talking about the Note 9. There's already chatter and little pictures and all. Oh yeah.
And you're already seeing stories about the iPhone 11, whatever it's going to be called.
Right.
Yep. They're already talking about the S10. What Samsung's going to put on
the
under display fingerprint sensor and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know. Mike, you already know I'm on that Pixel. You already know.
Oh, I know that. Oh yeah.
You already know I'm looking at the Note. I'm looking at the Note 9.
You'll never go back to Apple, or you will.
They'll have to switch their UI. Otherwise, I can't do it.
You
Still
still,
have to switch to
yeah.
UI. I can't take it. I can't.
Because there was a
I've been to
time
Apple
there.
Watch.
There was a time, folks. He was all about Apple. Apple
Yeah,
was
that
the
7
savior.
Plus. I had that matte black 7 Plus. I was loving. I had the watch, the MacBook Pro.
But you
Yeah.
know, none of us
AirPods.
techies can never say never.
Yeah.
It's hard. The only way I would do it is I would get the 10 and then just not upgrade. But I hate the notifications. I hate the way it looks. Adam said it was broken. That's how they are. That's just,
but I mean, I have no updates available for my iPhone, and
you gotta look
my
at your
notifications.
notification shade. If you swipe over to your notifications, that's how they look. It's a big list. Like if you get, they're terrible.
Yeah, but it's got data in there. Your other thing just said notification.
Oh, because that's because she has the 10. My wife has the 10, so it won't show you what your notifications are unless it recognizes your face.
Oh,
really?
But I don't like. You see how they all list, on Android, they're all nice and neat. If you get 10 from Facebook, it groups them together, and you can swipe down and expand them.
Oh, so that's the part you were complaining about. I thought you were complaining about it just saying notification.
Oh no! That's
all right,
because it doesn't recognize you. That was one of the new things they put on the 10, where once it sees your face, so nobody can read your notifications, then it'll pop up and show you.
Well, that's smart as hell.
Yeah, that was a good idea, right? I wish Android would adopt that. Yeah.
But I don't know. I got used to seeing the notifications this way, like in reverse chronological order.
That's terrible. I hate it. I don't mind the order. I don't like that they're all like, if you have a Facebook notification, it'll show you 30 of them.
Yeah,
instead of just grouping them all together as Facebook. Or
I'm not that popular, so I never get stuff like that.
Well, Adam,
George, your instructions are right there. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in there, George.
I'm trying to follow Alan's instructions.
You need to be monetized to be able to get that, right?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I have the 1,000 stuff. I've got more than that.
Yeah, so you're good. You're the only one.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Mike's got 1,800 dislikes or whatever for the video that
yeah, we just got to get Will making more videos for you.
Yeah, I should have made the video and said that it was the greatest skin ever. Oh, Mike, by the way, what's it called? The grip is gone.
What?
Gone. I sold it.
Oh, get out of here! Oh my God!
No grip at all.
Adam, see this guy? He is a revolving door with Will. The door spins.
No grip. No grip.
It comes in.
I'm using it with.
He touches it, and it goes out the door. Adam, okay?
Nice. Well,
who'd you sell it to? Who'd you sell it to?
Somebody on the Google. Somebody who was on the I sent the link for the video. One of the guys in there. He was like, you still got that grip? I was like, yep. He was like, how much did you pay for it? I was like, I'll sell it to you for just what I bought it for. You just pay for shipping.
Hey,
I'm not gonna use it. I got the phone now with just the skin on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You gotta get a D brand, Adam.
I gotta get a D brand.
Mike, I'm trying to follow his instructions. I don't think I have enough views to do it. I think you have to have the 1,000 subs and
well, you got to have the requirements. In our words,
right.
Yeah. All right.
George, is that your friend Mark in the chat?
Yes. Yeah, he's the one with the dog. Yes.
Okay. He says he has the battery life on my Honor 7X is amazing. 3 days of random usage before charging. That's good to know.
Especially since I'm thinking about getting the Huawei Mate SE.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same phone with more RAM.
My Honor's battery life is going to be great now that I have the Pixel.
I'm sure it will.
Now, George, how's your battery life on the 5T?
On the 5T, it's awesome. I mean, it's not as good as any of my Moto phones, but it lasts me. I usually, on my work days like today, I turn my phones on at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't turn them off until at least 11 o'clock at night. Well, right now, the 5T is at What's it at?
What happened?
No, that thought it would show me here. Yeah, it's at 60% right now,
Ah, okay.
and I've had it on since 6 o'clock this morning. You know,
Those phones hold their value really good. Usually they go up in value on Swapper. That's
Yeah,
one of the
but
only
by
Android phones that
oh.
holds the value.
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I plugged it in when I came home today
Ah, okay.
while I was eating
Yeah,
dinner.
you know, Adam, that phone charges from 0 to about 50%. I think it's like, what is it, 20 minutes?
Ew, really?
Yeah, that phone.
Oh
charges
yeah, yeah.
crazy fast.
Yeah, that dash charge. That's what does it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and
Hey,
now I
Adam.
remember I got home at like 6:30, and the S9 was at 56%, and the One Plus 5T was at 58%.
Ah, okay, pretty close.
Yes.
That's decent considering the screen on the. Now wait, is your S9? Is it on the maximum resolution?
No, because I left it at the default. Still the
Oh,
default.
okay, you got it in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Will. Yo, Will.
You.
Did you sign up for premium care?
I couldn't yet because you see that article. They said you can't. You gotta wait. I'm waiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm like going. I thought we already talked about that.
I'm waiting for it. They said that's what I said. A lot of people must have complained because they didn't let you do it after right away.
Yeah, you made an issue about that, right?
Yeah. They just posted an article. Maybe they're waiting for the carriers to be able to push their insurance before they open up.
Right, because didn't you say they used to let you do it right away?
Yeah. They said they are in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So I guess you got to keep your phone good until a couple weeks, or you're screwed.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I'd never pay for care because 2 months doesn't go by till I switch phones. You know.
Yeah. See, you talk about me, Mike. Look at him.
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel. I have a reason.
Yeah.
YouTube can have a reason, Will.
You guys are trying hard to suck them into this world, man.
I don't need no reason. I just switch them anyway. I gotta try them all. It's like Pokemon.
Hey, Mike. You taking Will back to that gadget store you went to? What's that place called?
Accessory.
Oh, that store, yeah, accessory.
Yeah, you taking him back there. You just got to get him one of those cell phone holders there, so I don't see his ceiling as much when we do these streams.
But I want to see all three of you in that store at the same time.
But he needs one of these. Okay, I'm about to permanently give him one of these. So when he does his next video, he can hold it steady.
We all have one. It's standard.
I was looking today for something along those lines, and I found the most ridiculous one. Hold on, I'm going to bury my nose in my phone for a minute and try and find it. Yeah, but I'll be holding it up to the phone thing because I don't know how to drop stuff in this way. Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Now, George, the 5T, that's on Oreo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a month and a half ago, something like that, I think.
5T is on Oreo. The U11 is on Oreo. Yeah, yes. I almost did it. I was like $350.
I'm telling you, that is a phenomenal price for a great phone. Even
see, I know what's gonna happen
Computer
to it.
Solutions says so.
I know what's gonna happen to it. I'll get it, and it'll just sit in the closet.
All right, here you go. This is the rig I want to get for shooting video. Look at how ridiculous this thing is. Is that coming in now?
Move it back a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a little bright, Adam.
Yeah, dial down the brightness a little bit.
All right. How about now?
Oh, that's better.
Look at how ridiculous that is. It's freaking giant. There's a little teeny tiny cell phone in the middle of that.
Right.
And there's lights and a microphone, and you got to hold it with two hands. That's the kind of ridiculous stuff I want to buy.
Now, is that a bundle?
Yeah, it's a bundle, and this whole no, they're sold separately. They're just showing you all the different things you could attach to it. This is all that you actually get with it.
Okay, but what would that entire group cost you?
Oh, I got no idea. That'd probably be a lot because that's a giant like LED light and a shotgun microphone.
Okay.
And that's probably going to be a thing. But just the holder, I just loved how ridiculous it looked.
Okay.
Because I was looking, because like this is super cheap. This thing is $12, and I was looking at the ones that have gyros in it and all, and those are like $159. I'm like, I can't justify that for a thing. I'll get a steadier hand long before I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, here
Gyro
we
and
go.
everything.
Hey, you got one of those?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Do I use it very often? Once in a great while.
Oh,
And I've also got the LED lights for my camera too.
dang.
All right, George, showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
George,
The
you
only
see-
time I actually use the LED light on top of my camera, and I don't use that camera very often, but if I'm shooting a video upstairs in the house, then I find that light comes in very handy.
Cool.
Like when I'm showing somebody that the phone is actually waterproof and I'm running water in the bathroom, I'll use that.
The phone's waterproof, but the lights aren't.
Exactly.
All right. So what else is up?
What other topics we got, Mike?
We pretty much burned through them. I've been on here looking at stuff. Did you guys did I share that one with the watch, the Frontier, the S3 that was on sale?
Not that I saw.
I
saw that somewhere. Did you send that to me?
I sent the one, but it was 184.
Oh yeah.
It was a refurbished. And I was just looking through here. They got see here that Daily Steals where I got Adam's phone.
I was just going to ask you what was the name of that site. Okay.
Well, no. The site for the watch was Best Buy.
No. I meant Daily Steals is the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah. For Adam's phone, they still have the Moto Z Force Droid, Moto Z2 Play, the Moto Z Droid, the Moto Z Force Droid, and the Moto Z Play. They still have plenty in stock.
The Moto Z2 Play is an awesome phone. I've got that sitting here.
They have the Moto Z2 Play for $239.99. Now it's a refurbished and a grade B.
Okay.
Was it Amazon too? I think had the Moto Z on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Like a week ago, maybe.
The Daily Steals now have the regular Pixel, the smaller Pixel. You can get a 128 for $254.95 right now at Daily Steals.
That sounds pretty good.
For how much?
$254.95.
For what size?
128 gigs.
The
Adam, send
smaller
your phone
one.
back.
But no, it's small. It's small. It's small.
Yes, the smaller one.
Yeah, we can't take that.
No.
The 5
No.
inch,
Yeah, Adam needs the big one.
Yeah, the XL.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, did you see the news with the Chrome OS?
No, what's that?
Beta channel, they're going to be adding. I think they're going to try to make Chrome OS kind of like, they're going to try to put, what's it called, continuity on the MacBook with Android, because they're putting inline message replies in, you know what I mean? So we're like, let's say you're browsing on your what's it called, your Chromebook. I guess somehow your messages will sync to it, and you'll be able to reply to your messages, to your text messages, and it'll have inline reply.
Well, then that's almost like iMessage
yeah,
would
that's
be.
what I'm saying. I think they're trying to. It says Chrome OS beta channel adds inline replies for Android app message notifications.
So wait a minute. So which messaging platform are they going to use, for crying out loud?
I guess they're doing it for all of them. They're trying to put it for all of them. Hangouts for
Android,
I'll
like
SMS. I'll send you the
SMS.
link.
Really?
Well, send it to me in Hangouts.
You just got Mike super excited. He
Yeah,
was
that's
upset
gonna
when
be
he took
pretty
that
nice.
away from Hangouts.
Oh man,
it'll be in the browser. You'll be able to be on the web and reply to your to your text messages while you're browsing. I guess it'll come down like a notification.
But you're mostly talking about desktop.
Yeah, when you're on your Chromebook.
Chromebook. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that when they took messaging, SMS texting, and oh geez, you sent. Ooh.
Mute that page.
Will?
Inline replies.
What?
Uh-oh.
Okay, never mind. You must have sent it as a.
Yeah,
The
he
heck
sent,
do you-
he sent it as a regular hangout to us.
Yeah.
A hangout message. Chrome OS beta, yeah, that message.
Look at him. Yeah.
What?
Well, now I pulled up Daily Steals. Well, this looks way too good.
Look,
What's
look,
that?
we're just all in different
Daily
stuff.
Steals.
What are they giving away?
No, I'm just looking at the webpage in general.
Oh, okay.
Daily Steals.
Android headlines is always a great place to go. They give you all these tell you that these deals about certain things.
Yeah. Well, so does
I usually go to 9 to 5 Google.
yeah, Android
Yeah.
Central. Android Central always gives you great deals too.
Hey, talk about that store we went to. Will, how's your charging pad?
Oh, it's good. My wife loves it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't get much use out of it. I'm on the OnePlus page. Guess what's out of stock? You know what's coming.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, when they go out of stock, you know.
OnePlus 5T out of stock.
Okay.
No way.
I
So
don't know.
what are they selling?
What does that mean?
That means that the OnePlus 6 is getting ready to come out not too a month or two, I'd say.
Okay.
Yep, it's out of stock already.
For some weird reason, whenever they're getting ready to come up with a new phone, they just stop selling the old phone. So
Yeah, just yeah.
Wow.
And Adam,
bet you-
the cycle's every what do you say, guys? Every 6
It's
to
like every
7
June.
months.
6
It's
to
like
7
every
months,
June
yes.
they've been putting them out.
Because they came out
Let me
with
check
the
on Swapper.
they came out with the OnePlus 5 in June, and the OnePlus 5T came out late
Wow.
November, I think.
See? I know what
Mom's
you're
going to
saying.
bed. Bye, Mom.
Good night, Mom.
George,
Good
what
night,
did you-
Carol.
What did you pay for the 5T, George?
$499.
George, OnePlus 5T right now, mint condition, 610 on Swapper. There's only 2 for sale.
610.
And they want
Yeah.
more than I paid for it brand new.
That's the only phone that gains value
Wow.
on an Android side.
Wow.
610. A good condition one is 570,
Okay.
and there's only 2. So they're about to release a new phone.
Glad I buy new.
Yo, Will.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Will. Is
There's
that
a much,
is that-
there's a much cuter face behind
yeah?
you.
I was going to say there's little Will right behind you.
Oh yeah, he just came in here. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's back there. That's my
Looking
shadow.
at him, I can see your wife must be really good looking.
No, yeah.
Dang.
Oh,
It's getting rough up in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
wow. 610. There goes my hopes. I ain't buying that.
Nah.
Now, see,
Wow.
Will, if you had your own channel like me, everybody would know what your wife looks like, just like they know mine.
And
Yeah.
mine. And Mike's.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Adam had some peanut butter tasty cakes. I told him he should try the Domino's marble, what's it called? Marble cookie brownie.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should do that.
You said that picture out. I'm like, I just gained 10 pounds looking at it. Holy
Yeah, that
smokes.
thing is, oh my God, it was so good.
Pizza Hut used to just do a giant Hershey's cookie.
Mhm.
It was just a
Oh, no,
big
this
chocolate
is-
chip cookie that had hot chocolate dipping sauce.
This, I think what they did, it looks like what they did was they put a brownie and then they dropped cookies on it and baked it all together. So you have like chocolate chip cookie on some sections, brownie on the bottom.
Do you taste that?
Full of-
The difference?
You taste everything. It's full of calories.
And
Yeah.
flavor and deliciousness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if you have a sugar problem, you're gonna have one for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird? The last time Domino's reformulated their pizzas to make them taste better, I got some and they were actually pretty good. Yeah, they
I don't
weren't.
like Domino's. I don't like Domino's. I don't like the new Pizza Hut now. They're terrible.
So
don't
you
like
just ordered it
Pizza
for the
Hut.
dessert?
Oh yeah, I just went there for dessert.
Ah.
One
I
of
got
my
on the phone and
coworkers.
ordered dessert. Went and bought milk and went and got dessert.
Ah,
Cool.
see,
Nice.
you got milk. You were smart. You planned ahead.
Yeah.
They didn't have milk.
Yeah, I
last
wasn't
night for
like you
those
with the
cupcakes.
peanut butter.
One of my coworkers has just
Oh,
lost
man.
like 45 pounds from like a year of eating right and such. And he says, yeah, well, if you eat right, and of course I exercise every day, so I don't really ever have to go on a diet. But one of the reasons I exercise every day is I found out a long time ago, as long as I keep this up, I can eat anything I want or drink anything I want, anytime I want, and nothing happens.
But how long have you been exercising like that, George?
I started exercising at 36. I'm now 73. Starting at about 50, I started, starting in my 40s, I started buying equipment till I have this entire gym that I have here, but which took 15 years to put together. But I started exercising 7 days a week about 6 years ago. And I don't think I'll ever stop. But now, of course, whenever my wife forces me to go for a checkup, every single thing comes back just about dead perfect for like years now.
You don't want to use the word dead. George, don't use the word dead, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect is okay.
She used to pick up my yearly report from my doctor and she called me, I hate you. Why? Because everything is so freaking perfect on you. I work at it. That's all it is. You know?
I smell another YouTube channel coming out of George, though.
Yeah.
I've toyed with that idea.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons I have my own gym is because when I'm working out, I'm really, really private. Most people go to the gym and a partner helps them. I work out more when I'm by myself than with anybody around me.
How many?
That's just me.
How long per day do you do that?
Now I probably with the YouTube stuff, I'm probably doing 45 minutes a day. But when spring breaks, I will go out 2 or 3 times a week on my bicycle, and I'll do 20 miles each time I go out.
Yeah,
that means I don't have to do any other exercise.
And the videos are there, Adam. The videos are there. He uses that opportunity to do camera stuff and all.
Yeah. But if I don't do 20 miles, I feel guilty till the next time I go out and do 20 miles. You know,
George, you're making me look bad, George. Where do you bench?
It's easier when you start young and work your way into it, which is what I did. You know?
Meanwhile, we're eating cupcake. Yeah,
I eat
we're just working out, and
we're just about every night. I have a rule: don't eat junk food at work because I'm going to have Little Debbie's at home every night. That's just me.
That'll live it up.
And Little Debbie's headquarters is about 20 minutes from here.
Can you get tasty cakes down there?
Yes.
All right, cool.
At the Little Debbie store, you can, yes.
Well, that was just one thing I thought about because before, like, you could never get it at tasty cake.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. Right. I was surprised when my wife took me to the Little Debbie store one day, and I'm like, "They have tasty cake?" She said, "Yeah." You know.
Cool. George, I'm getting some of those.
Nah.
Dad, that's what's up, George. I couldn't do that. I don't know. I'm too lazy to work out that much.
Well, you know what it is? Because of my age, that incentive, I go to the doctor's office and about every second or third time some assistant will say to me, "You don't take any prescription drugs?" Because that's unheard of. Well, no, I don't. And I mean to keep it that way.
Kurt in the room says he's a 56 young Marine Corps veteran and a bodybuilder, loves to work out.
Good for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's saying working out is a lifesaver. I agree 100%.
All right, I get it, guys.
Adam's got to change his channel name, you know.
No, leave Adam alone. Adam is the brainiac here.
I brought it up. It's fine. I am going to be starting a second channel soon. That's going to be called Less Corpulent Geek, and
really?
It's all going to be about my trying to get less corpulent, but I'm still going to keep the corpulent stuff in there because I'm realistic. I'm always going to be fat to a degree.
That is awesome that you go for it.
Yeah,
I admire anybody who tries. Remember that, Will.
Well, I gotta. I weigh. What do I weigh? I weigh 193.
Yeah,
I'm trying, but it ain't nothing coming off, man.
How tall are you, Will?
It's all in my stomach. Who, me? I'm like 5'6".
Okay.
I'm not tall.
I'm 6'2". I think you've got me by 2 or 3 pounds.
Wow.
See?
I really would need to be 42 feet tall to
match it. Yeah. Yeah.
Be my scale.
I'm with you there, Adam. I'm almost 40-something feet tall.
But I'll tell you, with all the years of working out, I dropped 56 pounds 5.5 years ago when I bought our bicycles. The bicycle took that 56 pounds, that last 56 pounds off me. So.
Wow.
All right, George, you just motivated me.
Okay.
I'm back in there. In there.
Oh yeah. That's right. Will, you used to work out. I would talk to you and say, "Oh, you just came from the gym."
Man.
Yeah.
You know what happened? My wife hurt her foot, and then I stopped. But I'm gonna get back in there.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that stops most people. What started getting me my own equipment was I got to the point. My wife and I used to go all the time. I started hating going to the gym. I started hating getting in the car to go to the gym. I started hating changing clothes to go. Now I just walk downstairs and I'm done.
See, but I couldn't do it that way either. If I had all that stuff downstairs, I'd be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's right there. I can just take care of that tomorrow. I'll whip that up.
Yeah.
I'm married to a Jersey girl. She used to say to me, "You see all that stuff? Don't waste all that money."
You know how many clothes I can hang from all that stuff?
Well, Adam, I think you have a great goal. That's good.
Cool. Thank you. We'll see how it goes.
I can't have gym equipment. I was going to just say, hey, tell everybody, Will, I gave you the nickel tour of the studio, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You had to go up those steps.
Mike did
yeah.
Yeah, I almost died.
Come on.
What is it, Mount McKinley or what?
But Mike did a good job though. Mike really did. Yeah, he really did good. But I remember watching the video when he was cleaning it out. I was like,
he
wow.
showed us that room step by step.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Yeah, but on video, you can't really get the right perspective of what it's like to climb those stairs to get there. I mean, I have to put Vaseline on the sides of me to squeeze myself through.
That is a mental picture.
Yeah.
Well, I keep my clothes on. Come on. I'm not a complete animal.
Hey, we got Anthony here, by Project 13 in the room. How you doing, sir?
You say he's getting ready for bed.
Lucky dog.
Anthony.
I'm tired.
Yeah, well, my man here, he's another one, an early riser, early to work.
Really early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all you guys like I was seeing Tony's live stream earlier today. He gets up at 4 every morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if
Thanks for stopping by, Anthony. Hey, I get up at 5:30. I guess I'm one of the late guys. You know.
Yeah, I'm with you there, George. I'm about 5:30 myself. So, yeah. Will, you got to work tonight?
I'm already up. Yeah,
I was going to say you're okay. All right. I didn't know if they cut out that overtime on you yet or anything.
Nah, tomorrow I'm off. I'm off tomorrow.
Oh my goodness! It's going to snow for sure.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
But wait, how many days have you worked straight?
I've been at work, I think, since July. I've missed I think I was off for Christmas. And
he ain't kidding, folks. He ain't kidding.
When I came back from Disneyland, I think I worked every day since.
That was what, July?
Serious bucks.
Yeah, that was July.
Wow. Nice.
He needs to buy us all a phone.
Yeah.
1 + 6 is on me.
Make it rain phones.
Anthony, by Project 13 says, I love sharing those mornings with you all. And yes, I tell you, there's a guy there who's got a morning routine that is really cool. And I will say, Anthony, you are part of my morning when I get up and I see your video. I pop the video on. I turn this way. I have it sitting next to my computer here, and I might not be watching it, but I'm listening to your.
I watch the videos, his morning videos. I tend to watch them when I'm home from work or on the days that I'm home.
So,
but he is the most real, relaxed. You feel like you're talking to the guy, vlogger. Yeah. He's just awesome at it. You know.
Yeah, he's got it down. He's got it down pat.
Does he just release one every morning?
Almost every morning.
Yeah, not every morning, but many mornings. And he does a weekly recap once a week of everything he's talked about that week in those vlogs.
Ah, cool.
Now, Mike, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Here you go.
Uh-oh.
You need to start doing your car vlog again.
Yeah.
All you gotta do, you can't tell me you don't got the car mount, because I got one now with the mount. That thing survived the potholes I went through today.
And Mike, you were good in your car.
Hit the record.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
pretty good ride to work. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I could do more, you know, I could do it on my lunch break like I was doing.
Yeah.
You know?
You could do it on the way to work.
Yeah. I tried and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know
what you do,
why,
you just
Mike,
do it live.
You know why you don't do it, Mike? You know why he doesn't do it, Adam? Mike wants to edit it and make it look perfect. Just shoot the video and put it. Who cares?
Well, I mean, there's a certain degree of stuff. If you screw it up, you want to fix it.
Plus the fact, you look like a guy like my Project 13. Yes, his stuff is live and not live, but I mean, he just records it.
It's a one shoot.
He always goes back and he might put in banners or some text that talk about what he's talking about. So I think it's a good idea to do some editing. You know.
Yeah,
now,
some
Mike,
cleanup.
Yeah.
Did you used to edit your car vlog?
Yeah, what in my early days?
I mean, like long used to spend, because I know now if you're telling me you're doing a video, you'll be in the thing. I think you're in there for hours.
Yeah, and that's me too.
Yeah, when I make a video, I get either involved or I've had lately I've been having problems with my editor, or I get distracted. I admit too.
Well,
I get distracted.
And you do have, like last week, my weekly news bits. It was a little over 5 minutes last week. Well, my editors, and I'm using a new one, will give me. It took me 6 hours to do that 5-minute video.
See, that's why I can't do no channel. I don't have the patience. Yeah. Look, Mike, look in the room.
Yeah, and
13.
I
Mike,
see.
Do it and get the Fantaseal windshield suction mount. You see that? He's telling you what to do.
I gotta go to my contact accessories and say he's got to get the Fantaseal mount. Then
yeah, he swears by that. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Andrew Study in the room. Hey, how you doing there?
Andrew, okay.
We got to say bye to Kirk. Bye, Kirk.
Bye, Kirk. So yeah, I got you got a good point there, Will. Maybe I might throw with the sun coming up too.
You were pretty consistent, Mike. When you were doing those, you were.
But they were on my lunch hour. I did those on my lunch hour.
Well, don't kill your lunch break to do it.
Of course, you kicked off the musician's head with this, and now the sun's coming up. That popped right into my head, you know. But Mike, right, you should go black. I used to enjoy going down the turnpike, crossing the Delaware, but I've done that so many times. I felt like home, you know.
Oh, well, I did that one video where I was crossing the bridge, and I thought of you, George. I thought of you. I say, I wonder if George has been this part of Jersey, you know, or going over the bridge.
Quite a few times.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
You remember, you're talking to somebody like when I worked in. I used to work. This is years ago when I was still driving a truck. I worked in a building that's right at that corner of Times Square where Broadway and 7th Avenue meet.
Yeah.
I used to work upstairs in that building. Well, my boss knew what a driving nut I was. He sent me down to CIA headquarters and back the same day to deliver something because he knew I would do that, you know.
Nice.
I see Android Stud saying he misses my car vlogs.
See?
Yeah.
Will was right.
Well, Mike, you can get that suction car mount on Amazon for $13.
Oh, there you go. Excuses are over.
but it's not part of Prime. Oh no, it is part of Prime down there.
Adam, send me the link.
All right.
Send me the link. I'll check it out. Hey guys, I want to ask you all while we got so little time left here. I see GearBest, and they always have these phones. How can these Chinese phones make phones so cheap? Like this one here, this Blue. How you say his name?
Blue Olaphone.
S1.
Spell it.
QSR.
No, hold on. Blue. BLUBOO S1.
Oh, Blue Boo. Okay.
Yeah. They got this phone. It looks like trying to bring it back. I wiped it off by accident. $150, $147. How do these Chinese manufacturers make these phones with bezel-less screens?
But
It has a little chin at the bottom.
right.
Because they
But
don't
they're
have
all kind
labor
of doing
laws
the
in their
same thing.
country.
They all, Blue Boo and Ulefone and a
They're all
bunch
probably
of
the
them.
same company,
They
right?
started off making really crappy phones, but the last couple of years they keep getting better and better, and still keep them really cheap. How they do it, I don't know. And a lot of times through GearBest and Geek Buying, you can order these phones and sometimes pay no tax at all.
Yeah.
You'll wait
Here
2.5
we
weeks
gotta-
to get them.
Mike, we got a topic in the room.
Got it.
Where was it at? Android Stud. He said, does Samsung need Android or does Android need Samsung?
Oh, yeah.
It probably cuts both ways.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, I'd probably say Android needs Samsung.
Yeah, Android needs Samsung. I think more than Samsung needs them. Yeah.
And I mentioned it, and he put that out there in Twitter, and I basically alluded that Samsung, I think, is going to branch out to their own operating system.
But people have been saying that for 3 years.
Mike, you know what? They're not. There's no way.
Yeah, people have been speculating
Samsung
about that for 3 years, and they haven't done it yet.
If Samsung does that here, they'll die, because Android will just say you can't use our apps. They'll say you can't use the Google Store.
That's true.
The Galaxy App Store is terrible because it comes.
They got to get developers in there to make it better.
Nobody's gonna go to them. Nah. Look at their watch. The watch has no apps on it.
So you're saying if they did that, they would probably end up going the way of Microsoft, where nobody would develop for them.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, they won't have no developers.
Okay.
Because Android, even though Android needs them here, Android needs Samsung here. Everywhere else, maybe they don't need them because you can buy so many different names of phones. You can get a Huawei phone. But here, Samsung is it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. You really think their apps are that bad, Will?
There's not enough of them. If you go to like the Galaxy, what's it called? The Galaxy apps or whatever.
The Galaxy App Store.
Go look there and look for decent apps in there. There's nothing.
I haven't been in there since I stopped using my Note 3 2.5 years ago, but there used to be practically nothing that was worth anything.
Here, look,
in it.
I'm gonna go in here now, Mike.
I'm going there now. I'm going to look.
Everyone's in their phones looking.
Yeah. It says I'm updating my Galaxy App Store right now.
Look, Adam, you and I are carrying things.
Yeah.
Just an example, right? Let's say Wells Fargo, there's no app. They have like a lot of games and tools and stuff that I guess they want you to use it with your Samsung phone, but there's no like, let me see. They do have CNN for Samsung got 3 stars or 2.5 stars. They haven't they updated it on the 9th. I guess probably for the S9. But yeah, their app store isn't good. I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, but what happens? This is Samsung we're talking about here. What's the chance that they could get the help that Facebook make an app? What's the chance of them making their under that?
I can't see.
Look, go ahead.
Not to undercut Android, because even if let's say Samsung said, we're not going to use Google anymore. What are you going to have, Bixby? People hate Bixby.
My Project 13 called it the Samsung Gallery Store is like going to the dollar store.
Good for you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Man.
That's a good one.
One or two good things to buy, but that's it. Yeah,
it's really there's nothing in there that's worth anything. I can't see them breaking away. I think
Don is saying as soon as Tizen is ready, they'll add the apps. But I agree, nobody's going to develop for them other than themselves. Now, of course, Samsung can afford to do it for themselves because even they could take their money from anywhere. They're the world's largest shipbuilder. They're the world's largest building builder. The 2 largest buildings in the world were made by Samsung. So they have money when they want to spend it on.
George, they make parts for components for cars, like electronic components.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Samsung is huge.
Huge. So,
but I only found that because of what's the Australian guy that does all the great videos on Tesla and everything else?
Elon Musk.
Huh?
No, sorry.
It always thought if you are watching. But anyway, he's the one that he did a Samsung one, and I didn't know they were the world's biggest shipbuilder. I didn't know they had built those 2 buildings in Kuala Lumpur.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
because
they have all the money they want. That's for sure.
I don't even know which watch it was.
They have a great thing going with Android in the United States. I don't think they're going to mess that up.
They had a watch. I don't know. It wasn't the 2, but it was one of their first watches. Everybody kept saying, yeah, they're putting out Tizen because they're gonna leave Android. They never left. Yeah. Otherwise, they would look. They only built that one. I think they only had one Android Wear watch. Then they went with Tizen because they were trying to bring it here, and it never. They don't have no apps for it. There's no support.
Yeah.
So, but why keep on pushing this crap? Why? The dollar store apps here.
The Galaxy App Store.
Yeah, why keep on pushing that? Why put the dual apps then? That's so frustrating.
Because I think Will is right. I think in other countries, Tizen is probably pretty well accepted.
You know what, Mike? I was watching MKBHD when he did his overview of the S9, and he was saying that you get duplicate apps on the S9, on mine anyway. I don't have a duplicate calendar, a duplicate,
Yeah, and I don't
choose to use Google's or Samsung's, and Samsung's comes pre-installed, but I don't have a lot of bloat from
because yours is unlocked, right?
Well, no. I mean, you can call it bloat because Samsung puts theirs on there, but you can choose what you want to use, so it's not really like a duplicate. You know what I mean? I just use Samsung's calendar because it's the same functionality to me. I can pair it with my Google Calendar, and everything comes over. And it works perfect with the phone. It works with my watch. So it's not like, I don't feel like Samsung is loading my phone with junk. I just don't use Google's. Otherwise, then I'll have a duplicate.
I do the opposite. If what Samsung has a calendar, Google, well, I'm just going to use the Google Calendar because that's what I use everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, the App Store, I think over there in that country, maybe they like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they leave it on the phone.
And in Europe too, because Europe, they build a lot of Tizen phones too.
And the only thing you use it for here is to update your Samsung apps. Like the Samsung apps get updated from that store, the Samsung calculator, the Samsung.
Right, just like Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, Mike, maybe Amazon will come out with a phone.
Well, they tried that before, haven't they?
Yeah, but they learned their lesson. I think.
Mike is hoping.
I'm hoping. Look, I'm one to have many. I want many choices. And
Mike's gonna go buy the Facebook phone.
Oh my God! I want to go buy the Pepsi phone too. Okay.
I don't think Jeff Bezos likes to fail at anything. So my guess is he's not going to do it again. I mean, you're talking about the richest man on earth. I don't think he likes flopping.
They learned their lesson. I think.
You know what? It'll be so hard for them to.
Thanks, Anthony.
To start it again, I don't think they're going to try it. To come against Apple and Samsung is going to be. Look how much of a time Google's having, and Google makes the software.
That's right.
Google barely sells any Pixels.
Right. Yeah, BlackBerry gave up.
Samsung and
Well, I mean, getting back to those Android Samsung or vice versa, I see though the people are taking slivers of the open source or the Google framework, I guess you can call it, and they were making their own stuff. Like I'm reading here, LG offers an open source to WebOS for development.
And that's what Amazon did. Amazon took Android and made their own Android.
Yeah, it was like they put a skin over it.
Right.
But is Tizen a little bit like a derivative?
No, Tizen is completely.
No. Yeah, I think it's from the ground up.
Ground up,
Tie-in
is it?
like its
Okay.
own. It's its own thing. That's why it don't have no support because it's different. But that's why their watch is better. Their watch kills a Android Wear watch because they made it so that the bezel controls the watch.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
can
that was
turn the
one.
bezel to
I didn't have
navigate.
one, but I thought that was very cool.
You can swipe over and have widgets on your page. You can write to type. You can talk. They like the watch is really nice, but it's just there's no apps on it. There's not a good, you can't get Google Maps on it. There's not really a good map program. They got like CNN. It's like the Galaxy Store. There's nothing on it. What I did with mine though, I just use it for the watch. So there's that's why I told you to get for your watch, my Watchmaker app from the Play Store.
Yeah.
And you can join the Google Plus community and download the watch faces for free and put them on your
and
Watchmaker
has their own community also.
Yeah, they got all kind of watch faces to and they're free. So
Will, did you ever use S Voice?
Yeah, I did back in the day.
What the hell's that?
Yeah.
I never used it.
That was for the Galaxy when I had the 3 and the 4.
I'm looking at these apps here that want to update on the S7 Edge here. And it's like, what the hell is all this stuff?
S Voice is still there?
That was like early Bixby.
I don't know.
It was terrible, Mike.
Wow.
Terrible.
I had on my wife had it on her S4. I had it on the Note 3. I never used it.
S Voice is terrible. It's really bad. Don't even update it. Disable it.
Oh dear.
I have you like the internet browser?
Oh yeah, the browser is really nice on I think it'll do it on that one too, because you can use your fingerprint to authenticate to sign in.
Okay.
They don't have that on Chrome. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm such a Chrome junkie. That's all I use.
Especially being that that Chrome, that the Pixel has fingerprint support. They should have been put that on there.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier. See, George, you got to look at it this way. Do you lock your phone all the time?
Yes.
Okay, well, you do. Okay, so let's say you didn't lock your phone. Somebody gets your phone. They go on your Chrome thing and go to your banking app. They can get right into your bank account. Because if you got autofill,
except I lock my phone all the time.
Yeah, autofill, it'll sign you right in.
Yeah.
With the Samsung browser, you got to put your fingerprint on it before it signs you in. Or your iris. Yeah. It's more secure.
Look, they got Kindle for Samsung. They got Amazon Prime Video on Samsung apps.
Let's see, in other words, they made a deal with Amazon.
Yeah. Uber.
Uber has a deal with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, did anybody see Uber's credit card? If you get an Uber credit card and you use it to pay your phone bill, it's secure. It's insurance for your cell phone, up to like $700 or $600 for lost, stolen. Yeah.
I didn't even know they had it for credit cards.
I didn't know either. I was reading about it today. They said you just have to use it to pay your cell phone bill, and they'll insure your phone for lost, stolen, damage.
Will, you like keep giving us all this information. You're proving you need to have your own channel.
I'm proving that I need to work for AT&T.
If he goes off and does his own channel, then he won't bring all this goodness to your guys' channels.
Well, that's good. He's got a point. That's the point. All right, so you're saying we're ripping Will off? Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone's ripping someone off.
Do I need simply your advice, or does simply your advice need me?
Hey! In the early days, I said we get together, we'll make our own show. You can start writing for me.
George, I think you were stealing our idea, because that was Mike's idea, that whole go to the Best Buy or go to the store. He stole that, Mike.
No.
You see that?
Well, Mike did the store video before the only reason I did it, because I walked in and those guys were just so terrific. The natural interaction with Eleanor's mouth was perfect.
What video I want to do is I want to walk up to a person and just start talking about their phone and why or especially staying out front of a carrier store and say, why are you buying the phone here today? You know that you can get an unlocked phone. You know what I mean?
Right. And I thought about doing, on the street stuff, but I haven't gotten comfortable enough to even try it, you know. But
No,
there have been big shot channels that have done that, you know.
yeah, when people see me on the street, they turn and run the other way. So
Well, you
I can't interview no one.
Well, listen, we're coming up. How long have we been on here? We just lost Will. Oh my God.
oh,
Well, I think Will's late for work or he just.
we're at right around 2 hours, aren't we?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. I got cookies sitting here. I got an empty coffee cup.
There you go.
I'd like that coffee cup. Put that coffee cup up there again. I remembered I want to see that, and you got to talk a little bit. So
What this coffee cup? It says it's a picture of a cat. It says Mister.
Nice.
Oh, the Mister. And there's
so,
one that says there's one in pink says the Mrs.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Will's back. He didn't just leave.
No, I had a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So I got that fantasy on here. I'm going to check that out. Man, that's a hell of a mount. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Anthony's been talking about that mount for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, it's
that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But
He uses
then
2 mounts, that one and another one, and he always talks about both of them.
wow. Cool. All right, so we wrapping this bad boy up.
Are we wrapping up?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we talk about everything until next week, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
All right, folks, we're going to wrap this up. We want to thank you for those, especially those who hung in there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. And of course, please share this with the replay crew. Share it with your family and friends, and spread out Mobile Geezer, Simply Your Device, Corpulent Geek, all separate channels. And maybe someday we'll have a channel that you can.
Yeah. Nice.
So guys, go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Go ahead, Adam.
Thank you for including me, even though I'm not the true tech guy, but I had fun hanging out and talking about my nice new Pixel phone.
There you go.
Please feel free to tune on over to Corpulent Geek. Watch me stuff my face with cupcakes in the latest one, and hopefully we'll be talking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. soon.
And yeah, you need to tell them what a sci-fi expert you are.
Yeah, I enjoy the sci-fi and comic book stuff, so I'm quite happy this time of year between Black Panther and Avengers Infinity coming out, and Han Solo and Pacific Rim this weekend. It's a great time to be a geek.
And don't forget, you got your wife to come in on your shows too. You two been
enjoying for most shows, and people like our rapport. And if anything, I try and let people know that I really started my channel so I could have time to be able to BS with my wife and not feel bad about it. Like
there you go.
Like, because any other time, like we'll get to the end of our work day, and like she's been with the kids all day, I've been at work, and we're just like veggies on the sofa just watching TV, and we wanted to interact more. So this is why we started.
That's a smart man.
I try. All right, thank you.
So, well, I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Device, and we Adam and I, my brother Corpulent Geek, we try to do what apparently is now going to be weekly streams on Wednesday nights.
Yeah,
seems like a good thing. And in between, I try to get with George here and do Friday streams here, and somewhere's in there there'll be videos. And now I'm being prodded to try and get back to my car vlogs. Yep. And I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I have plenty of car mounts. I'm going to look into this fantasy car mount.
Yeah.
And I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device, and thank you, George, for having us on here.
Oh, and I guess Will has already gone. He must be getting ready to go to work.
Well, you got
anyway, folks, this is George, Mobile Geezer, and you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, and Instagram as Mobile Geezer. I put lots of posts and pictures up, and this is a weekly stream, but 1 week I host it, which I did this week. Next week it'll be hosted by Mike at Simply Your Device. So I'll be hosting again in 2 weeks, but for all my subscribers, tune into Simply Your Device next week, right around 8:30. That's when we start, and I'll share the link when he goes live next week. But we will be here. So thanks for watching. And as always, as I always say in all my videos, comments are welcome. Talk to you later.
All right. See you.
Bye.
All right. It doesn't want to stop.
It doesn't want to stop. Nice. All right, so we're just going to unplug it from the wall.
Yeah. Keep